All right, let's talk a little bit about Bastion knives. We're mainly going to talk about the Hornet number 81 right here from my good friend JP. 50 Shades of Slash on Instagram, link and all that stuff down below. But, however, I wanted to show that Bastion can do full dress custom fancies like these two, and down and dirty daily carry EDC plain Janes, such as this Oblivion. And this Oblivion is their dress version. These were loaned in from Beard of Doom, and it has this crazy zirconium fidget spinner bead, which is redonkulous. Anyway, let's set those off to the side, and we're going to talk about this one. I didn't do all the specs because it's full on custom. Nobody really cares about behind the edge and all this stupid stuff on a full custom like this. But it is 5 1/4 inches closed and 9 inches of wicked overall length. The blade is 3.84 inches and it weighs 12.9 ounces. So this is not for the faint of heart. Now in my hand, it actually looks like it's okay. It probably looks small in JP's hands. You can choke up a little bit. The pocket clip actually works. There's not a huge gap, but there is some spring and it actually works really well. The action is not drop shut by any means, but it is relatively smooth. And it's just freaking beautiful. It's just beautiful. So the blade steel on this is 1070 and 15 and 20 Damascus. It's the Sanmai part. And it's 5160 as the hardened center core. And we talked about that before. The Sanmai is like a sandwich. You've got the bread on the outside, and that 5160 blade steel is the meat of the sandwich. This is full of Damascus, mammoth tooth, which is crazy to me, stainless steel, and copper backspacer. We've got to zoom in on all of this because the Damascus is just beautiful. I really prefer and I like this really dark etched Damascus. That's my preferred. I don't really have one that I own that is this dark, but I hope to at some point. The next Hellraiser that I'm having Ed Kim make over at Red Horse Knife Works, I'm hoping we get a really dark etched Damascus. So you've got Damascus, which is different levels of titanium mixed together to make that. And mammoth, like woolly mammoth bone or tooth. I mean, this is a big slab, and there's another big slab over here. So they had some big ass teeth. A beautiful Damascus clip. Now, this backspacer is stainless steel with copper core. And all of that machining there, let me close the blade and get it out of the way. All of that machining is hand done. It's like hand filed work. And it's perfect. It's beautiful that they do by hand. Very big lanyard tube, hole if you will like, and some speed holes in the blade. Some jimping on the top that really does kind of match this backspacer pattern, sort of, and a beautiful pivot. This is just beautiful. It's got the number 81 etched into the inside of the backspacer. Now, the inside of the liners are not jeweled or anything. They're just plain. I mean, they look nice and they're finished, but they're not like engine turned or jeweled or anything fancy. But there's enough fancy on the outside. They didn't need to go nuts on the inside. I think this is a gorgeous knife. It's not the most practical knife. It's not something you're going to EDC, but I just talked about that in one of my previous videos when I talked about the Homosaurus, which is also owned by JP. And the fact that oftentimes we collect just to collect. Now, here is another full dress that's got fingerprints and stuff all over it because I didn't really clean this one up before filming this video because, well, this isn't the star of this one. This guy and the EDC version of it will have their own video very shortly. But this is zirconium, and I think it's it's probably Timascus of some sort. This one does have a smoother action, but these just fly out. So they can do some amazing fancy dress work, and they can make the full-on EDC version with, I believe it's just titanium and carbon fiber, kind of a plain Jane backspacer, and just a standard blade. And I've got all the details. I'll get some more details on these when I do their videos on their own. I just kind of wanted to show that you can go from plain to fancy and back and forth. You know, pivots are totally different. And yeah, Bastian makes some great stuff. I've seen a couple of their other knives on the channel. You guys have seen them on the channel. I think they're awesome and they do some great work. So let me know what you think about these full dress collector pieces, because you're not carrying this every day. Yes, would I carry this to a show in my pocket? Hands down, yes. Am I going to carry it to my office one day for a barbecue? Probably not, depending on who was going to be there. If there were some other knifeaholic people there, then yeah, I might bring it. But yeah, I mean, if we're getting together for a barbecue and it's a knife thing, this is absolutely coming. So let me know what your thought is about these full dress kind of collector type pieces that are not that practical. I mean, this one, yeah, you can carry this one every day if you wanted. But this one isn't really practical. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks, guys.